Regan Slaymaker for International Boxing News. And I have the pleasure of joined by Rod Julian and Ross Pearce. How are you today, guys?
All good, thanks,
yeah,
mate.
all good.
How are you?
Really good.
I'm very well, thank you, and all the better for coming down here on my day off as well. I was going to say we'll jump straight into it. I mean, I want to talk about your guys' 2023. I mean, mental year for you guys, picking up a lot of good wins. The most notable ones: Liam Dillon, the British title against Kez Ashfaq. Sam Gilley, Commonwealth in a fight of the year against Louis Green. Hopefully looking to get that rematch on as well. And then, I mean, can't forget Jeff Ofori's massive win against Callum French. I mean, I don't know who wants to go first, but Rod, sum up your 2023, mate.
I mean, 2023 for us was an amazing, hard-working year. I mean, obviously, Liam Dillon against Ashfaq was a great fight. To win the British title was our first title, RJ's, at that domestic level. Like, was brilliant. It was great. I mean, that was it. I think Liam has sort of like underachieved, I think, and he's living the dream right now. He's winning belt by belt, title by title, and that was a great fight. I mean, after we was done with that, we moved on to Sam Gilley, and he won the Commonwealth title again off of Louis Green, which was one of the fights of the year. I think I just got voted the best sportsmanship of the year at the awards. But you think that Sam and Liam came through from Southern area to English to British to Commonwealth domestic scene. That's the dream. I mean, there's only very few fighters that go that way. Majority of the fighters now jump over that right into like this international sort of so-called level. And then obviously Jeff Ofori with the Callum French. Hey Ross, Ross was up there with him, and
we literally had no one up there with us. It was me, Jeff, Liam. Rod was away that weekend, so we just went up there, and Jeff walked in to like 500 fans booing at him, and then when obviously the title went in, you could just hear me and Jeff screaming. It was a good win. It was a good away win, that one.
It definitely was. I mean, I was in the arena that night, and I think I wanted to run home as quick as possible. Especially like, I think obviously we're all from Brentwood, so hopefully I think they thought I was Team Ofori. But like Rod's just touched on it there. I mean, 2023 was mad. Obviously the Ofori win topping it off for yourself, but sum it up for me, mate.
Obviously Liam for us, that was such a good win. We've had like 4 or 5 fights together now, but that British title, again, we was away up in Newcastle, and you had an Olympian in one corner, a guy who's come up the hard way, still works his day job, he's still like scaffolder, and they loved that story as well. Scaffolder by day, boxer by night. They loved it, and it was a great win because he was kind of written off a little bit on that fight. Same with Jeff, he was completely written off against Callum French, and 2 massive wins, big wins for the gym, wasn't it? We had a good, like you say, we had a great year. Be hard to top last year, this year, but we have got some massive fights coming up.
I think for me, for Ross, for everything we do, I mean, here we train and manage the fighters, look after them in every aspect. But I think for us, we're only looking for big things now from the team. Like, we want them big titles. We are that type of gym now that warrants the British titles, the Commonwealth titles, WBC internationals, going on to European titles. We've got that level in here right now, and I think now people are realising what sort of outfit that we do run here, and we do train hard, and it's only going to get better and better this year.
It definitely is. I want to start in a chronological order this year. I mean, I've just interviewed Louis Horn. I mean, if you don't know, get to know pretty quickly. And I feel like he'll make you know him after Saturday night as well. But fighting Keenan Wainwright, excellent fight. Commonwealth silver title as well in a lightweight division. You did correct me, not mandatory to Sam Noakes, unfortunately. But I mean, a massive fight for Louis and a massive platform for himself on Fight Zone as well.
I think
massive fight for Louis.
Massive fight for Louis. I think with Louis now...
I think with Louis, no one really knows too much of him yet. He's so good that we are excited about his future.
I think there ain't many people or many gyms or management or trainers that would let a kid off the leash at 5-0. Especially jumping up to a silver Commonwealth
and away as well.
Level away in Sheffield against number 7 in the country.
Just how much we believe in him.
Like
we probably
I think the problem we're going to have with Louis after he wins on Saturday night, and I do believe he will win, he's going to win in style, is holding him back. But it's my job, it's our job to hold him back. He's only 22 years of age, but you're really going to see a special fighter on Saturday night with Louis Horn, I really do believe.
Definitely, we're looking forward to seeing him as well. And obviously, in the lightweight division, I mean, like I've just mentioned Sam Noakes there. Lightweight division in Britain especially is stacked. I was just naming a few of the names: Mark Chamberlain, Gavin Gwynn, Sam Noakes, Maxie Hughes as well, coming to the end of his career. Maxie Hughes, friend of the channel as well. But kind of how, obviously you said that you want to hold him back, but how quickly do you think he could get to the heights of those? Obviously they're nearly European level, a lot of those fighters, if they're not already. But how quickly do you think Louis Horn could get there?
I think
we'll find out a lot on Saturday.
I don't think even if he wants to, I ain't gonna let him I'm still gonna hold him back. We're maturing Louis as a man and a fighter, and I think that let's not get carried away with ourselves here. Louis is an amazing fighter, but I will not be rushed with him. Do you know what I mean? End of the day, and no matter what we get offered, he's still got to learn on the job, and he's a great fighter. But I still think you've really got to take your time with Louis, and even if every fighter does want to push forward, you've got to learn to hold him back and guide him in the right way at the right time.
Yeah, no, that's what he said.
Ross agrees.
Yeah, you don't want to let him off the leash too early. I think Saturday will be a big statement. We believe he gets the win, and then even like defend the belt. You know what I mean? Obviously you've got the southern areas and that. You've got your English as well. Just go the right way.
I think what people just
don't just jump.
What happens with a lot of fighters? You've got to remember, as soon as you dip your foot in that pool, you ain't coming out. So we're at this level between southern area and English level, and we can dip it. We can build Louis lovely there, build it really, really nice. But if you go up, we've won this, and off we go towards a British title straight away. Listen, let's not be silly here. He'll become a better fighter from being mature and learning on the job. That's it.
Definitely. You've got Jordan Dujon out the week after against Kingsley Egbenuki as well. I mean, two fighters who have been around the block, let's say, both of them, but obviously fully confident that Jordan's going to do the business as well.
Yeah, well, obviously they fought each other already, didn't they?
They
fought each
Jordan
other in a sixth rounder, and
yeah.
Jordan beat him, on points. So it's one we're going into confident. Jordan's been training hard, and we just believe he'll go and get the win again.
I think it's a great fight for both the guys at this time of their career. Because I think, end of the day, I think Jordan's coming off of a loss. So is Egbenuki against Lee Cutler. We're coming off a loss against Konstantin Urzu. But do you know what? They are at that level, the boys, and they can push on to English level. Jordan's only lost to probably two quality operators, which is fair, and he's probably learnt a lot from that. But this is a great fight. I mean, end of the day, it's a great fight. It's going to be on Wasserman, Channel 5, and and I think the boys, it's about time they step up and be counted and take accountability for themselves and do what they've got to do. You know what I mean? I think Jordan's got to put on a great performance.
Definitely, and get yourself down to York Hall next week, headlined by former world champion Charlie Edwards as well, which I'm excited to see him back.
It's good to see Charlie back. I know Charlie, so good to see him back on a big show as well, and Wasserman hopefully get behind him.
Definitely, I hope so as well. I'm a big fan of Charlie Edwards. Fought Julio. I know he doesn't want to remember that fight, but he fought on the second boxing show I ever went to against Julio Cesar Martinez. So, shout out. It was it got stopped, didn't it? And then it was a no contest, wasn't it? Something like that. Because shout out,
When he was down, didn't he?
Was that an open air show?
No, that was at the O2, wasn't it?
Luke Campbell Lomachenko.
Yes, you're right there. I was just trying to think there. Because I was there too for that. Yeah, I was trying to think.
He hit him when he down. It was hit him when he was down. It was the right decision to make it open.
Oh yeah, WBC's like VAR rule, isn't it? I think they got the action replay.
He actually got in the ring after, didn't he? WBC. He got in the ring after.
Yeah. Shout out to Mauricio Suleiman as well. If you can get me a sponsor, please do.
Get him in.
Yeah, I want to move on to Liam Dillon. I mean, you mentioned some exciting fights, potential fights. I won't go into them unless you want to. But exciting times for Liam Dillon coming off. I mean, I know he lost his British title to Reece Bellotti, but in a fight of the year, like, I know. Shout out to Conor Mitchell, who was screaming about the fight. I mean, excellent fight of Reece Bellotti.
It was a great fight. I thought it was closer than what the scorecards give it, but it was close. I mean, I thought the right man won, but for Liam, will learn. That was only Liam's 15th fight. You know what I mean? Reece is 6 years older than him, or 5 years older than him, and he's been around the block, he's had them few losses which you learn a lot from. So for Liam, I think that little loss will just take him back a step, but he's so ready to jump back in and get back into title straight away, and we are just in talks for a big fight.
At the moment, yeah, we're just waiting to...
He'll learn a lot.
We're waiting to
learn a lot of it.
Let you all know about a big fight that's probably up and coming at the minute, but we can't let you know today. But yeah,
maybe tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow. No, yeah, but it's all pretty much looking good. But it'll be a great fight for Liam next. Let's put it that way. And yeah, we're waiting for a date.
Definitely. Well, we'll look forward to seeing Liam back as well. I forgot he was 16-0, and he's beaten some really good names as well.
Yeah,
really good names.
Obviously, he beat just before. Obviously, he beat Ashfaq. Before that, he beat Joshua Wahab, who's fighting Mark Chamberlain out in Saudi next, and that was a great win. Everyone wrote Liam off for that as well. Wahab was 22-0 with like 16 knockouts, WBO African champion. They were all raving about him, saying he's going to be the next world champion from them sides.
Invested a lot of money in him, I think, didn't they, Ross? Invested a lot of money in him.
Who'd was investing in him,
yeah.
And he had American backing, and Liam just stole the show. Right?
Liam is what he says on the tin.
Him,
one
he
tough
him.
Man. What he lacks in technical ability sort of thing, he makes up in toughness, mental toughness, strength,
just strong,
durability,
fit, comes forward.
I think like Liam is.
Liam will always be, and like we were saying a minute ago, like once you put your feet in them waters. I mean, Liam's in there now. He's been British champion. He's put himself on the map. He will only be in good fights and big fights.
You got to remember, Liam was mandatory for the Commonwealth title for ages before he fought for the British. We jumped over Big Wahab. That was literally the final eliminator for the Commonwealth title, and so that should have been for Liam, like straight into that pond. But we had to wait and battle it out. It was like it was never going to happen. The Commonwealth title at that time, some politics got involved, and we had a chance to step him up against the for the British title, didn't we, Ross? Do you know what I mean? So, listen, I think we've got some of our lads here. They're in that pool now. That British, the Commonwealth, the European. Beautiful pool there. You can't take them out now. They're in there, and the young guns that are coming through in this gym are striving to be do what they're doing, and that's great for us. It keeps the team buzzing from grassroots all the way through to what we're doing now. Do you know what I mean?
It definitely is, and one of those names he's Commonwealth champion already, and ordered to fight in if the first fight was anything to go by, the second one's going to be mental as well. Sam Gilley's fighting. He's been ordered to fight Louis Green. I mean, excellent year last year for Sam, but also he's got the chance to the British title again in a rematch against, one of the toughest men I think, and the only person to stick it on Ariel Helwani after his knockout in Saudi. But yeah, talk to me about Sam Gilley versus Louis Green, Ross.
Oh, it's just obviously it's going to be another war. But Sam loves them fights. Sam loves being in them wars. That's what gets him up. That's what gets him up to train, and that's what makes it interesting. And obviously, with Louis Green going out to Saudi and getting the first round knockout, it's made this rematch even bigger and better. Yeah,
it has blown it out of the water a bit for us. We was looking forward to find Jack McGann on the Saudi show. That's what we was obviously looking for at that time. But I think with Sam, he's just a complete fighter. I think he can box, he can fight, he can take a shot. He's got a punch. He's just got it all there, and I just think you're going to look for the same sort of decision. No one's going to take it. It ain't going to be easy, but at the end of the day, I think Sam knows what he's got to do this time round, and Louis is going to be even hungry to come and get it. But yeah, it makes for a great fight, and he's in our way now of the British title, as well as obviously being the current Commonwealth champion at the minute. So I think we'll come away with that, and then we're going to move on. I don't know to whatever, maybe defence or European level. I don't know yet. We don't know yet. Obviously, Sam's with Sky. He's with Boxer. So end of the day, whatever they decide, and we sit down and think about, we'll go from there. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I hope you get a fight day soon, and I know there was it was a bit of a confusing time with Sam Gilley and the European title with Sam Eggington, Abbasparu, that whole situation. But I hope he gets that call up for that title. It'll be a great fight against Abbasparu. I do want to. We've just touched on him there, Jeff Ofori. Back into title contention, Southern area. Buzzing for this opportunity, mate.
Yeah, happy for Jeff. He needs these fights to get himself up for it as well. For Jeff, it's if you go and get the Southern Area title, and that'll throw him straight back in the mix on some, hopefully on some big shows for him, because that's what he deserves. He's been around the block, Jeff. He's been in with everyone. He sparred everyone. He literally knows everyone in boxing.
He's a major problem, Jeff. He's great
to have around the gym. And like we were saying, for the young guns, they learn so much off him. He's got so much experience that you can't teach.
I think what fighters have to learn today, it's not just being a fighter, it's the mental strength. It's the way you conduct yourself, obviously, inside the ring, in their moments. Do you know what I mean? And when they see the red mist, they've got to learn how to jump in and jump out of their moments, not just staying in mad moments. They've got to have the maturity to adapt and overcome them feelings of hardship or hard fights. And I think having the likes of, obviously, you got Liam Dillon, Sam Gilley, Jeff Ofori, having the guys, experienced guys now, the young guys are looking up to them, obviously looking up to them and thinking, that mental strength they've got, this is what I need. And they can learn it in their own gym and aspire to be like their older fighters.
Yeah.
Definitely, especially with Jeff. I feel like every time he gets a fight announcement and everyone thinks that Jeff's going to win, everyone goes, "Oh, I don't know why the other guys fought that." And I mean, it's a credit to Jeff. You look at his losses, but he's only lost to really good fighters as well. I do want to touch on I mean, the reason why I'm here today as well, my brother getting in Courtney Bennett to spar the Juggernaut. Shout out to my brother who works for S-Jam. But I mean, Courtney Bennett. I mean, man, mountain he is, and I don't think there's a heavyweight in the top 5, top 10 he hasn't sparred as well. But talk to me about Courtney Bennett, Ross.
Everyone, and it is really interesting to have your lighter guys, and then obviously Courtney coming in as well now. He trains with Donnell and I help him out, and it is interesting with the lighter guys sparring in the heavier guys and how much the pace slows down. But for Courtney, he's only 4-0. He's a couple more fights, and then again we'll let him off the leash. It jumped straight into title fights. I reckon towards the back end of the year, couple more learning fights.
I think we've seen Courtney progress here, and I think his coach Donnell Smith, he's obviously part of our team now, and I think for the first time we've got the right package here with everybody, and I think it's an impossibility to get better at this gym. You will get better, and that's what I mean by that. Like, you have all the options to get better. You don't want to fall down and get worse. You know what I mean, sort of thing. But I think a lot of the times here, fighters come here and you can see them gravitate towards the coaches and towards the way that we train here. And I think that's
try and give off a good feel in here, and it's like a family atmosphere. I don't think there's anyone that comes in here and goes, "Oh, I don't know about that gym." Everyone comes in, they love it here, isn't it? That's like,
I think whether you're a grassroots fighter, I think people will have more of the grassroots. Come on, let's get it real. Do you know what I mean? End of the day, you can be given a golden egg, like I said earlier, and you've got to polish it up. It's a lot easier to shape a golden egg, but we're trying to make diamonds from coal. Yeah, and we're trying to smooth out the rough edges. You like that?
Yeah, I like that.
Do you like that?
Yeah, it's not bad, that.
You like that, mate?
I don't know where he gets these from, honestly.
That's the caption of my interview now, making diamonds from coal.
The camera's not in here all the time, because some of the stuff he comes out with...
I'm glad it wasn't on Louis Horn the whole time I was in here, to be fair.
I know. But I think, like, end of the day, proof's in the pudding. What we've done here, from grassroots to where we are, like, we've had to work hard and we've had to shape.
You got to think, like, our boys ain't... None of them been Team GB or... I mean, Courtney was on GB for a little while. But all the boys that have won their titles here, they've done it sort of the harder way, but... We wouldn't really have it any other way, to be honest. It makes it interesting.
It definitely does as well. And what you were saying about creating that environment, I mean, it's the first time I've come in today, and it's a testament to you guys. So I feel very comfortable in here. So thank you very much as well. And it shows the talented fighters you've got in there. I mean, like I was been saying to everyone, I mean, your 2023 was so big. I'm surprised you didn't get recognised for it more. I feel like you guys deserved that. I mean,
yeah. Do you know what? Like, end of the day, it is nice to be appreciated.
We're both not massive on, like, the social media and all that as well. The gym's not. I mean, I do the gym one. Like, we don't have anyone coming in to help. But I think if we could get our gym out there a little bit more, like with the help of you guys and that, like, we can definitely create some big things. some funny content and that. Do you know what I mean? It's good.
Yeah, listen, I think like people feel comfortable here, but when it's business, we're business. But we still like to have fun and make the fighters like have a laugh and a joke, as well as obviously there's times.
Happy fighters, dangerous fighters, as they say.
Yeah, you're right, mate. You're right. But touching on, we've got one more fight. We've got another big fight on the Jeff Ofori card. We've got Billy Jackson via Cena Byfield for the eliminator for the Commonwealth title. I mean, that's a great fight. I mean, so Jeff and Billy, they've got two great fights there, and I think like you look at the title fights we've got coming up anyway. I mean, that's a great start. And really, wait till they win these fights, and they're going to go and get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Definitely, and we hope your 2024 is as big as your 2023 as well. Final one, I don't think we've got one more fight left. Harvey Horn as well. I mean, expecting his return as well. Obviously, we just touched on Louis there. I mean, if Harvey's just as mad as Louis, I think he's going to go straight to the top.
It's funny because I train and manage both brothers, and the competitiveness between the two of them is crazy. So like now Louis fighting for a title, Harvey's like, mate, I need a title. I can't have my little brother. The little one, the young one, what they call him, the young one, not winning the belt now before me this year. So there's going to be some news with Harvey Horn going to be coming up soon, and we only want like them in big fights as well. So but the Horn brothers, it's a great package because when they're here together, it's like we let them spar each other, but we have to go right, leave it. But no, it's great. I mean, obviously Harvey comes from decorated amateur backgrounds, won a hell of a lot. And he's still got more to give at the minute, and he can compete between light fly, which is what 49, and he can go up to bantam really, but generally light fly is his sort of weight category. But yeah, we've got a couple of things on the move at the minute, so we're just waiting to get that sealed.
Definitely, and we look forward to it. And I think my leg makes light flyweight, so I don't know how these fighters these fighters. It's great.
49.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think we don't even really do light fly over here, do we? You have to go abroad, I think.
You do, Philippines or like
because obviously we just go down to fly, don't we?
Yeah, because Sonny Edwards is the because I think Conor Kelsall's the English flyweight champion. It hasn't been called a mandatory for about 8 months because he's like, I don't think there's anyone down there.
Who else the light fly now? Like
light fly? That's what I don't.
No, it's.
I think there's only like one or two of them.
Yeah, like, honestly,
in the UK,
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's mad.
So I think there's a lot of opportunities at that weight. Whatever weight, if there's an opportunity for Harvey at light fly, we're taking it. If it's at fly, we'll take it. If it's at super fly, we'll take it. And if it's at bantam, listen, if it's the right fight and it's easy enough for us to take, then we'll take it. Yeah.
Well, we look forward to seeing Harvey back in the ring. Guys, thank you for giving me your time today. My final one, we ask everyone this, get separate answers from the both of you. So Ross, the final one, what does boxing mean to you?
He's put me first.
Oh.
Well, it's our life. Do you know what I mean? It's our life. It's what we do day in, day out. So everything, I suppose.
And Rod?
Boxing is life. Boxing to me is everything. It's eat, sleep, drink, talk, walk, everything. Like everything that I think about, I talk about is boxing. So end of the day,
well, everywhere you go, especially as coaches, you talk about boxing everywhere. The missus goes, "You're talking about boxing again?" I go, "Well, but people ask because it's interesting."
Do you know? For me, it's funny because boxing obviously is my wife, and we've got is my life. But is our wife, but is our life.
I really hope she doesn't watch this, mate.
Yeah, you know.
He's like my wife.
No, but you know what? But they're like widows. They're widows to boxing. But what's made it worse for me? My son boxes amateur now, so I used to come home and I could just slightly break away from boxing just for a moment of an evening, and now I've got my son fighting.
Now he's darting around the house.
So now he's flying around. So there's no, until I sleep, even I'm taking pads in me sleep. Do you know what I mean, Ross? But there's no time. Ross goes, there's no cut off.
No.
So boxing is. Do you know what is? That's this thing. As a quick thing, right? If you don't love boxing, it will not love you back.
I think that is the perfect place to end. I am just glad that we all get it in the neck from our missus about boxing. But no, Ross and Rod, thank you very much for your time today, mate. And yeah, looking forward to interview the rest of the fighters. No worries.
Cheers, mate.